A breaking update coming across where sources tell your channel that multiple intelligence inputs have now suggested that Pakistan-based terror outfits with the help of the Pakistani army are planning to carry out attack on vital military installations in Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab before Independence Day or the 15th of August. Inputs clearly suggest that the attack could also come in the form of multiple armed drones at the international border or even at the line of control. Shouldn't forget what happened on the 27th of June when those attacks happened using drones at the Air Force station there in Jammu, and thereafter strict measures that have already been taken when it comes to drone flying in and around the area of the LOC and the international border, as many such suspicious movement and activities of drone sighting that has also been reported close to the military areas there in Jammu. We'll be going across to Gursimran in just a bit, but the inputs that suggest that the attack could come in the form of either multiple armed drones or even a Fidayeen attack at the international border or even at the line of control. The security measures that have been beefed up are significantly, especially when it comes to the military installations there in Jammu just ahead of the Independence Day. Let me go across to Gursimran now. Gursimran, what are these intel that we are reporting of currently suggest of what this attack could be? What is the intelligence report telling your channel, telling our channel, especially when it comes to such kind of attacks that may happen just before Independence Day?
See, this is a multi-agency input that has been received by the Jammu and Kashmir police as well as the Border Security Force and other sister agencies that are working in Jammu and Kashmir. And as per these inputs, Pakistani terror groups, along with the help of Pakistani army and Pakistani rangers, they may carry out a major terror strikes on the vital army installations in Jammu and Kashmir as well as in Punjab. And these inputs suggest that for these, Pakistan might be using the Fidayeen attacks, border action team attacks, as well as the drone ladder explosive, which they have already done in the Indian Air Force Station in Jammu. So these are the probabilities which have been shared by the intelligence agency, and this is not a single agency input. This is a A2 level input, which is a highly credible input and shared by multiple agencies. So this is really very important and concerning for the security agencies, and that's why this input has been shared across the board with all the security agencies working in Jammu and Kashmir, even as on the borders with the Indian Army and the Border Security Force, to keep us
Major General A.K. Sivach is with us on the phone line. Gursimran, request you to stay on with us. Sir, good afternoon to you. Now, when it comes to our army and our defense installations, sir, we're looking at a unique kind of attack that had happened on the 27th of June. Now, the intel clearly suggests, and we are getting to know through sources, that there could be more planning of such attacks that may happen before the Independence Day, sir.
Absolutely correct. And this is a very credible input which is given by the multi-agency cooperation, and this has to be taken very seriously. The issue is today Pakistan is on a back foot, and they want to now, do Fidayeen attack and even a drone attack before our Independence Day. So this, we have to take it very seriously. And this not only can happen in Jammu and Kashmir on line of control or international border or in hinterland, can take place any part of the country. All strategic installations are very vulnerable. This strike which they have done with the drone, where we have not able to even find out what was the origin. The investigations are going on. This is a very potent threat which is now coming out, and there has to be a counter to be found out so that we can basically nullify this emerging threat. But all said and done, as on today, what is happening in Afghanistan has to have some implication on our country. And remember the way Taliban is almost taken 85% of Afghanistan. Now they are becoming emboldened. They are trying to do so many other issues there in India. So they can strike, and this will be catastrophic in case we have not taken action. My point is these 7,000 Lashkar-e-Toba Jaise Mohammed terrorists are fighting in Afghanistan along with the Taliban. There is a chance of they also coming after 31st August. That chance is also very looming large. But all said and done, the sleeper cell and overground workers, as the information says, have been already activated all over the country. Now, this is a very credible input, and we have to take it very seriously. So therefore, a strike like what happened in Jammu is possible, is feasible anywhere in the country. And so we should not take it lightly and make sure that such incidents do not occur, and we take preemptive action well in advance.
Absolutely, sir. Major General Sivat, sir, thank you very much for taking out your time. Let me also go across to Colonel B.N. Thapar joining us here on the broadcast. Good afternoon to you, sir. What do you have to say as far as we're getting to know through sources that multiple agencies have reported certain intelligent inputs suggesting that Pakistani-based terror outfits are planning to carry out attack at very important military installations in Jammu and Kashmir, sir?
That is nothing new because over the last few days, the amount of drone activity that has been going on over Jammu is definitely a big cause of concern. I believe that the peace facade of the peace agreement along the LOC and other areas is already in tatters, and we don't have to put our guard down. Of course, there will be any number of excuses for this kind of a thing happening, but just trying to wait for it to happen is not good enough response. And shooting down one odd drone or two drones, it is not the answer. The answer is to put a stop to this unhealthy or a hostile activity by taking some real, concrete, hard-hitting action. The question is that we are all the time splitting hair and analyzing whether it is a state-sponsored or a non-state-sponsored attack. We should not be bothered about it. It has come from across the border, and therefore we must take action to nullify that. It is not just shooting down one drone, two drones is just not the answer. The answer is to put an end to this hostility that is taking place in one form or the other. And as the previous speaker was saying,
absolutely, sir, because we are looking at several instances of drone sightings and such suspicious movement that you have already been talking about. And high alert, we're getting to know that has already been sounded not just in Jammu and Kashmir, but even in Punjab, where this intel input that we are getting to know has arrived, or certain attacks that could be backed by the Pakistani army. Colonel Thapar, sir, thank you very much, sir, for taking out your time and helping us understand the current situation as we put forth more information that is coming across when it comes to the drone sightings that have been now reported in Jammu, and that has happened nearly 5 times now since the blast in the Indian Air Force Air Base that happened on the 27th of June. Now, Republic has also accessed the visuals of the drones that were spotted in Katwa and also in the Satwari area of Jammu, where sources also tell your channel that the administration is all set to install anti-drone systems in the MA Stadium, where Independence Day Parade will be held.
Amid increasing drone threat in the Jammu region, the administration and the security apparatus in Jammu and Kashmir are all set to hold August 15 function in Jammu. And this will be a really challenging one as the drone threats looms over Jammu and Kashmir. The function of the Independence Day is usually held at the Parade Stadium in Jammu. But what we are being told by the sources that this time administration is mulling to hold it over at MA Stadium. This is the MA Stadium, and this is really very important as this is a secure site compared to the Parade Stadium, where it usually gets underway the function of the 15 August as Lieutenant Governor holds the main function in the summer capital Srinagar, and here at Jammu it is held at Parade Stadium, but security apparatus is telling Republic that it will be held here at MA Stadium. And the important thing is that anti-drone system will be installed here. This place has a past history of facing the terror incidents, and this time the threat is almost double with the drone coming into scene. And on 27th June, what exactly transpired at the Indian Air Force Station in Jammu has now worried those at the security apparatus, and now they will be requesting the top brass to install anti-drone system here. And it is really very important, keeping in view the events that are taking place. 19 incidents of drone sighting have happened post the Indian Air Force blast that took place on 27th of June. Mr. Jeevan Kumar, Gursimran Singh for Republic Media Network.